Hello and welcome to the Solve Network. I'm Shane Borza, host of the podcast. Along with my co-founder Benjamin Goss, we'd like to welcome you. Our mission is to provide solutions and create a network of experts for you to learn from. We hope this episode and expert helps you to learn, grow, and move forward. And now, on with the show.
Hey, my name is James. I'm a lawyer who's always been interested in optimal human performance, and that's how I found Shane. If you're looking to upgrade your mental and physical fitness, then the Ultimate Performance course is for you. It's the key to performing better at work, at home, and in all of life's challenges. I've also found it to be a great community of like-minded and supportive professionals. As Shane says, together, everyone accomplishes more.
Want to have your ultimate performance or find out more about how to optimize your mind and body fitness? Contact me at shaneborza.com and see if the DIY or the group program would be best for you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Solve Network. My name is Shane, and along with my business partner, Benjamin, we're excited to have you here as a part of the network where we provide solutions and connections between people in different industries. This month, as part of Mental Health Awareness Month, we have calls, obviously today. The second and fourth Thursday is what we did. And we also had a special two-part presentation from our guests, Melford and Conchetta Bibens. We have Melford here with us again today as a follow-up. They are going to be talking about mental health, what that means, some tips, tools, and tricks you can have, as well as some recommendations. A little bit about them. They are both lifelong entrepreneurs who used to own a huge med spa and fitness center in New York, which is my hometown, so to speak. They've consulted with over 42,000 wellness clients and have built multiple seven-figure businesses in the mental wellness, fitness, nutrition, and natural medicine areas. So I'm really excited to have at least Melford back again today. And for those of you who missed the first call, we do have the videos up on our YouTube channel. So I do encourage you to go there and listen to those because there's a lot of great information in the first call as well. So without further ado, Melford, welcome back. And I'm so glad that we got an opportunity to learn from you more today.
Thank you, Shane. It's great to be back. And I'm really excited because, the first day I wanted to speak to everyone about the overriding mental wellness, mental health issues that we're all going through. We've all spent these last 18, 12, 24, whatever months you've been locked away, whether you're, if you're in Canada, you might still be locked away. You might still not be able to do the things that you're used to doing. Some of the other international countries. I'm lucky that I live in Florida, so we were very progressive about getting back out there again, but that did not lessen the mental wellness impact that people had. And what we found, and I'll get to my slides in a minute, but I just want to give you a little preamble, is what we found from doing our research is that mental wellness is mechanical. So that has been compounded by people being locked away. And when I say mental wellness is mechanical, I mean that, I know a lot of folks that watch this are coaches. You might be a doctor. Somehow or some way, you work with clients or patients. And what we're finding now is that clients and patients are hitting a glass ceiling, mentally speaking. And the reason being is because mental wellness being mechanical means that if they're not mechanically right, they can't reach their peak goal of happiness, of stress resilience, of even weight loss, things like that. So those barriers come about because their bodies just aren't able to release the serotonin, the dopamine, the norepinephrine. A lot of the impact that you felt physically from lockdown has actually stopped your body from being able to produce the chemicals that will allow you to be happy. So there's almost like a glass ceiling above you or above your clients, if you will, that's stopping them from reaching their goals. So my goal for you today is to help you in any way I can to help your clients get past those mechanical obstacles. There is a mechanical goal in mind to bring about mental wellness, and that's what I want to talk about today. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to bring up a few slides here so you guys can see. What I want to talk about today is monetizing your expertise. This is the Solve Network, which means that you are here to solve an issue, whether that issue be your own business development, whether it's working with your patients, working with your clients, lead generation, whatever it is, you showed up to these calls that Shane and Ben do because you want to move yourself forward. So today we want to talk about how to monetize your expertise, what you're already a superhero at today, starting right now in 2021, but not just stopping now, moving on. So I just want to talk real quick about You are here to find out what the next big thing is. So that's what we will get to. But I just want to talk for a minute or two about what we went over last week and tell you about why we're so excited about the mental wellness movement moving to more of a mechanical standard, taking it out of the ether. That's one of the issues that we've seen so often in the mental health and mental wellness genre, is that folks, they can't pin it down. You can pin down a broken arm. You can pin down a cut that you put stitches into. It's very tough to pin down depression, anxiety, stress, phobias. You can't put a pin in it. So what we wanted to do is make it so it's a little bit more accessible to you from a mechanical standpoint, to really pin it down and say, the reason why these folks are hitting these thresholds is because they're mechanically unable to be as happy as they could possibly be. So again, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I just want to really quickly go back over, let's talk about the future of wellness starting today, again, in 2021. As we've talked with Shane before, Shane is very involved in Hollywood and the film industry. So he has seen this movement as well, that it's become very prevalent, not just in the media, not just seeing commercials about mental health, about seeing mental wellness, but more importantly, seeing actors, musicians, athletes coming out and speaking about their own mental health issues. That's the massive change. The stigma has been taken away because they know that there's a huge difference between mental health and mental wellness. Mental health is going to bring you up to a certain standard. Mental wellness will allow you to reach your peak. And again, that's why I want to talk to you about this, because if you're dealing with patients or clients who feel like they're banging into this thing, that they're not able to reach their mental peak anymore, I want to teach you a couple ways that you can actually get them there. And that's going to make you a better provider. So, for us, everything's about being results driven. We want you to be the most results driven coach or doctor or architect or whatever you do. We want you to be completely results driven, which means that you are delivering a preferred result. You are enabling your patient, your client to reach their goals. So just going through it again, music, they're talking about a lot. If you spend any time on YouTube, you'll see, there's more meditation videos on there than ever before. Weird, trippy music videos. I mean, I'm 50 years old. I don't even get half the stuff that's going on now, but I know it's all targeted towards mental wellness and stability. And again, you see celebrities doing endorsements. It's just really taken over the globe. So let's talk about another aspect of what COVID did. So COVID not only impacted us mentally. So again, the mechanical part, too much alcohol, different foods, bad sleep patterns, all the weird things that we've done to disconnect ourselves during lockdown impacted our mind and our gut. But a point that a lot of folks don't realize is our immunity is being impacted as well. 70% of your immunity comes from your microbiome. So it's generated from your gut. Your body's ability to protect itself is brought about in your gut. What people are finding out now is that there's no scientific proof that you can boost your immunity. You can't go and take a magic pill and all of a sudden you're boosting your immunity. What you want to do is you want to balance the immunity. You want to bring homeostasis to the body. And what that's going to do is it's going to arm you for what's to come. And what's to come is going to be the worst cold and flu season in history. Guys, we interview doctors and immunologists all the time about this stuff, and their greatest fear is not from COVID anymore, but it's all the other issues that this is going to do for you, from wearing a mask for months and months on end, from socially distancing yourself, from not just getting those colds and flus that we're used to. So our ability to stay immune is at zero now. We are all in a condition that every cold, every flu, everything that comes down the line is going to be much more impacting to us and our kids. Even more importantly, even worse, our kids, they're going to be dealing with this much more because our levels of immunity are at zero now. Keep one point in mind. Kids are going back to school. Adults are going back to work. So that is the great fear. There's not only the stress of having to go back to work or go back to school or break out of the systems that we've created for ourselves over the last year to make life a little easier, but now are being dumped into, a petri dish of all these problems and people that have no immunity. As a parent, we've always joked that, a school is a petri dish. If you want to get sick, send your kids to school, have them come home, they'll give you everything. Now it's going to be like that in school and at work. So it's really, to be honest, it's terrifying. It's terrifying to me to see what's going to happen in these next 12 months as everybody goes back to work and back to school if they don't get their immunity balanced out. So that's going to come down to a healthy microbiome. And again, that's just the stuff in your gut. I don't want to get all sciencey and wacky with you, but your microbiome are all the bacteria that live in your gut that produce your dopamine, your epinephrine, your norepinephrine, your serotonin. These are the chemicals that control your happiness, your ability to deal with stress, your ability to want more. So think about that. If you are mechanically if you're mechanically unable to produce these chemicals, you want less in your life. You are less of a goal seeker. You care less about not reaching your goals. So again, think back. If you're a coach or you're a doctor, what do you want? You want your patients or clients wanting to achieve their goal. If they're mechanically unable to do so, you're never going to get to do your job the way you should or the way you want to. So now we got to talk about what has been the biggest issue during COVID, during lockdown, during whatever you want to call it, money. And sadly, it's always the biggest issue. It doesn't matter if there's a pandemic or not. Leading cause of divorce, money. Money has been the biggest issue. And what we find is that people don't want to talk about it. It's on the do not discuss, you don't talk about religion, you don't talk about politics, you don't talk about sex, you don't talk about money. But thankfully now we found that from spending time in COVID, from being locked down, from people being on tons of Zooms, lots of social media, we are much more transparent as a nation and as a world. We are much more transparent with each other because everybody's BS meter is out of control now. Like if you are saying something that's not true, it will be shown immediately. People can just see right through it. So this allows us to be able to break that. We're breaking the taboo of not talking about money because again, we can be more transparent about it and be honest. So what we're finding is that growth therapists, so there's every kind of therapist imaginable now. Now financial therapists are out there trying to help folks to make that bridge between money and mental wellness, okay? Trying to cut down that divorce rate, trying to make people a little less stressed. The big thing was if you had a recurring income source during COVID, you did okay. We have seen over and over and over again, the businesses that took the biggest hit during COVID, during lockdown, were ones that had no recurring income in place. So they sold a product or they provided a service, they billed once, it was over, the customer disappeared. Customers weren't there. If you couldn't get new customers, how are you going to bill them for a service? You cannot trade dollars for hours if somebody isn't coming in. So we want to make sure that you've got a recurring revenue income source in place if God forbid this happens again. So what is the future going to be? For us, we think the future, again, is going to come down to the two things that we've seen more over COVID than anything else: word of mouth advertising and the absolute need for recurring income. If you've got people giving word of mouth advertising about your product, or if you're able to deliver your results to people so they know it's the truth, you're going to do really well. And two, you got to make sure that you have a recurring revenue model. That's why we personally like network marketing. We've been in the business, in the industry for over a decade now. And our message, what we think is the most important message and the next big thing, is that mental wellness is mechanical. So many people around the globe today, right this second, are having such a hard time in life that they don't know why. They don't understand what happened to them physically. Why can't they be happy? The reason they can't be happy is because there's a glass ceiling to their happiness. They are mechanically unable to be as happy as they would like to be because of the way they eat, the way they drink, the way they sleep, all these other factors. So we believe that there's a way with supplementation, with lifestyle adjustments, to make it so you can get through that glass ceiling and have the mental wellness that you really want to have and that you deserve. So an audience that I want to talk to right now, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to be sexist. I don't mean to cut out half the audience, but nobody has been more impacted than working women. And the reason being is we all know they had more responsibilities. They, who got stuck with having to watch the kids, who got all these extra things put on. And that's, I'm a dad too, so believe me, I've had to do things as well. But more often than not, we found that the working women in the family have had to have a lot more on their plate than the working men, and they have suffered for it, not only emotionally, but financially. So jobs are gone for women. More than 4.5 million fewer women are employed right now than at the beginning of the pandemic. What that's going to relate to is an $885 billion loss amongst women over the next 2 years. False negative image. This one drives me more crazy than anything else because, again, we just spoke to the logic of women having to be home, of career women having to release themselves from their career temporarily and go home and take care of their family. So there should be no negative. There should be a positive image of these women who are sacrificing their goals, their lives, their jobs to take care of their family. They are doing what they know is the best thing for them. But now there's a negative image because they've missed out on training. They haven't been promoted. So now they've got less regard in the workplace, which to me, again, is the polar opposite of what it should be. They should be in higher regard and held on a pedestal for the fact they actually kept their jobs and their families moving in the right direction. But you'll see in a lot of, and especially corporate America, that a lot of these folks have lost traction in their ability for advancement. Long-term loss is going to be the worst thing because obviously you know that every year your income goes down, it impacts your Social Security. Excuse me. So what we found, pardon me, is that their Social Security is going to lessen. So they are going to lose money for the rest of their lives for what went on during this thing. So an economist just said the typical American woman makes about $50,000 a year. Before the pandemic, she stands to lose more than $250,000 just from that one temporary job loss. If she's still out of work till 2024, it could be nearly $600,000 over her life. Some people have a hard time earning $600,000 in their lifetime, and they're going to lose that. So how are we going to help these women get their money back? First and foremost, you got to understand that women are already in a box. And again, it's kind of funny as a white guy to be talking about this stuff because I'm completely the opposite, but it just drives me so insane that I wanted to talk about it today. Only 9% of women make over 100 grand a year. That to me is just criminal and it's ridiculous, but it is the truth. It's a real number. So they get the short end of the stick for promotions. They get less pay in the workforce. So how are we going to compensate for not only the lost wages from COVID, but the fact that they're already in a box that, 91% of women aren't earning the capacity they could possibly earn. So we want to give them the opportunity to do that. So what we see is that 82% of women that actually do earn $100,000 do it in network marketing. And the reason why is because they're serving other people's needs. Women are wired to serve other people's needs. They are just genetically designed to be loving and caring and giving. So they do exceptionally well in network marketing because the way to find success is to serve. The way to not find success is to pester your friends and family. We'll do that. We'll do a quick little network marketing thing. First and foremost, we teach people do not pester your friends and family. You only want to work with people who need what you have. So no matter what kind of product, whether you're selling a mental health product, whether you're selling CBD, no matter what you're selling, only talk to people who need it. Do not guilt your friends into it. Don't get your mom to do it to support your new business. Don't do any of that stuff if you want to see success. If you want to be one of those 82% that earn six figures in network marketing, do it through service. Serve people with your product that truly need it. So you need to find the right product for yourself that's going to match your mission in life. And you got to find the people that need it. And that's it. There's so many people right now that need your help. And between word of mouth advertising and residual income, this is going to change your life as well as theirs. So obviously we talked about the next big thing. It's got to be network marketing. Where we've seen the solid base is in mental health. And I'm just being honest with you. From doing all the research we've done, we see that mental wellness is the biggest needle mover right now. Those are the most lives we can impact. We can help more people with mental health than anything else on the planet right now. So that's what we choose to work with. And we want to help you build into your future, again, not only a recurring income source, but something that's going to have stability. You're not going to get fired from your network marketing company. The only thing that's going to happen is if you stop working, you might stop growing, but not if you work for long enough. That's the beauty of residual income. Once you do this for a couple of years, you can take a week, 2 weeks, a month off, and your check won't change. That's the difference. That's why we love this. And again, that's the problem that a lot of people saw in COVID was the minute they stopped making money, they stopped making money. They didn't have anything else coming through. So again, I just want to teach you guys how to monetize your expertise. You are an expert at something. You would not be on this call if, again, you weren't trying to solve a problem. You are trying to solve a problem for either yourself, your clients, your patients, or your customers. So we want to teach you how to both, serve them properly, but also make sure that you're getting the recurring revenue you need to keep your business afloat. A lot of folks use network marketing as a side hustle, a quote side job. We're going to teach you and we're going to train you, if you choose to work with us, how to turn a side hustle into C-suite income. And when I say C-suite, I mean CEO, CFO, COO, meaning you're making easily 100 grand a year, hopefully more than that. So this is the best avenue we've found to turning a side hustle, quote unquote, that's the hot term. Everybody wants a side hustle now, turning a side hustle into a real business, but you're going to do it without sacrificing your mission. So we're not going to ask you to change your life. change the way you care, change the way you talk to people. And we're never going to ask you to trade dollars for hours, which is what we see so often with lawyers, with doctors, with coaches. I mean, plumbers, you name it. If you aren't serving a client that second, you're not making money. That model failed horribly during COVID. The model that worked was recurring revenue. So we're just going to go through the very easy steps of how you can incorporate network marketing into your life. So we don't want you to change your life for network marketing. We want you to change network marketing for your life. We want to teach you how to fit this into your mission. We don't want you to create a new mission. We don't want you to reinvent yourself. We want you to take what you love and who you love to help and just do it at a higher level, both ethically, clinically, and professionally. So turning your side hustle into full-time recurring income. Again, for us, our mission is mental wellness is mechanical. We know that we can help folks achieve any goal once they get beyond the mental glass ceiling. That's not their fault. And it's not your fault either. You didn't make them eat the bad things. You didn't make them not sleep. You didn't make them not exercise. COVID did that. That's not your fault. But the impact is there. It happened. People's microbiome just is not functioning properly anymore. So they're physically unable to be as happy, productive, or goal striving as they could have possibly been. So first and foremost, why we love network marketing. Shane told you, we used to own a huge gym and spa. We're course creators. We've owned a lot of different businesses in the past where we sold our own products as opposed to working with a network marketing company. And a beautiful aspect of having a network marketing company to work with is they take care of everything for you. They take care of the billing, the fulfillment, they take care of the customer service, they take care of the returns, chargebacks, follow-up, trying to introduce new products, all that stuff. Where if you own your own business, and if you own your own business, you know that those are all on your back. Those are all issues that you need to contend with, or your VA, or your CPA, or an employee. Somebody is not generating sales while they're doing those other things. And that's the most important thing to remember. If you aren't growing your business is shrinking. So every minute that you've got somebody that's distracted by any one of these things, they are not actively growing your business. And even worse, if it's you doing all these things, you are not actively growing your business. And if it's you, that means you're not coming up with new ideas. You're not coming up with new customers to talk to. You're not doing the follow-up work you need to do. These are things that should be your responsibility that work perfectly with network marketing, but are much more difficult in a regular brick and mortar or even online business. Again, for us, mental wellness. I'm not going to, beat this drum any harder. We just know that, if you deal with customers, clients, or patients, they are not going to be able to reach their capacity if their mental wellness isn't in place. And that's a physical issue. It's a purely mechanical issue. Supplementation and food can completely turn this around and give them the ability to be 100% effective, to have 100% of their serotonin release, their dopamine release, their norepinephrine release. There is nothing that will stop their chemicals from allowing them to be as happy and productive as possible. Team first. This, I probably should put this first because this is probably the most important part. You only make money when your team serves people and clients properly, okay? Now, when I say the word properly, I mean no friends and family. No, if your friends and family need it, sell it to them. I mean, if you have a friend or family member that has depression, take care of them, introduce the product to them, but don't do it because you want the help. Don't do it because you want somebody to take care of you because you're starting a new business. Service trumps all. And that's the only way to be successful in this industry. I'm being very honest with you. You cannot be successful in the industry of network marketing if you aren't putting service first, if you aren't taking care of your team first and your team is taking care of their clients. So service is always going to be everything to do with profit, which we love. You can't just be selfish and do your thing and sell your stuff. You need to make sure that everybody else is on track, serving, providing all the right things for their clients and customers as well. Training software, as Shane probably said, we've had a lot of, we work with ClickBank. We've done a lot of production of products and whatnot. So we actually always have a course that we have for training our customers and our clients. So when somebody joins our network marketing team, they actually get included into our software package, which gives them everything they need to be able to service their client, if they're a coach, if they're a doctor, to be able to serve their patients. We like to automate as much as possible. We have to lean on technology. The more you can lean on technology, the less you need to memorize. I mean, let's all be honest with you. I mean, not everybody can learn about every ingredient. Not everybody can know about every hospital that uses this one mental health product. Not everybody's going to know all these lists. But if you have software in place, if you have a training protocol, you can just put people through that and they'll have readily access. I mean, our system, you can even use your smartphone. You can walk into an office, pull up your smartphone and pull up the whole program. Again, we concentrate on B2B clients and doctors. So instead of friends and family, and again, I hate to keep hammering that, but it's been a 70-year mistake, in my opinion. It might have worked for Amway 70 years ago. Now, again, with the transparency, with the word of mouth, with testimonials, with everything involved, you just can't, you can't pull the wool over people's eyes. You should never pull the wool over anybody's eyes, but you just can't do it anymore. So we love to work with the end user that will provide the greatest result. So for us, the biggest needle mover is going to be, a coach who has 20 different clients that he can help or she can help. A doctor that might have 500 patients. We love to help business owners increase their business using a good product. So that way they're blowing up both businesses. They're not only blowing up the business they had before, but now they're growing the network marketing business as well. So now both their real hustle and their side hustle might match income. And that's always our goal. We always say that, we love to work with doctors who are, 55, 60 years old, ready to retire, and allow them to swap out their doctor income for their network marketing income. That's always our goal. So that's why we love working with business owners, and they're just business minded. When you're selling to friends and family, they're not business minded. They might not have ever had a job. You want to work with folks who are driven to succeed, driven to serve. Service is the cornerstone of everything we do. You will be successful in network marketing if your one focus is on service. If you want to provide a solution to the pain that people have, you can make as much money as you want. If you want to be selfish and only sell to people that to your friends and family and the easy people, you're never going to make it. You got to make sure you're serving the world. Serve everybody who's suffering with the pain that your solution can solve. Lastly, build a list. You've heard this from every marketing guru on the planet. Everybody always says build a list. The beautiful part is the network marketing company is building the list for you. So you're not forced to build a landing page. You're not forced to have an Aweber account to, build out this thing. You're not forced to do lead magnets or give people free stuff to opt in for your email. They are already giving their email when they join your team. So now you can remarket to those people anytime you want. You have a list of everyone on your team. So if you find something that's going to make a better point of service for them, provide it. If you want to say, hey, do you have anybody that we can help out? Look for referrals that way. But building your list is a really crucial aspect. So guys, our goal for this is you work hard. Nothing's easy. Nothing worth doing is easy. There's no such thing as a silver bullet. There's no get rich quick. What there is, there's get rich smart. And there's get rich through service. So we always like to say we work hard and we play hard. That's the joy of the freedom, if you will, of network marketing, is that we might take the boat out on a Wednesday. If it's a gorgeous day, we're out. Or it might be a Saturday, might be Sunday, might be a Monday, but we have that flexibility because we have the recurring income. We're one of those lucky businesses that during COVID, we were good because we had income coming in. It didn't matter what else was happening in the world because we still had folks dealing and wanting our products. So now it's your turn. This is the Ask Us Anything section. Just want to leave the domain down there for you. If you have any questions at all, this is our direct contact domain. So melfordandconchetta.com/call. Simple as that. This will allow you to book a call directly with myself or Conchetta. Ask anything. Tell us about you. The most important thing you can do on this call is tell us who you serve and why you want to serve them. If you tell us the why and the who, we will show you the how.
So thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next call.
Scene one, Apple, take one.
Hi, I'm Shane Borza, your content creator coach. I have 2 books on filmmaking, Film Notes, where you learn to write, direct, and produce, and the Film Notes Workbook, where you can learn checklists and paperwork to streamline creating your content. Available at shaneborza.com. I also have filmmaker resources like the Paperwork Bundle with over 300 documents, the Sound Effects Bundle with almost 3,000 files, and the Music Bundle featuring 900 tracks of all genres. Want to build your professional credits? Become an associate producer and get listed on IMDb. Let me help you get your art out into the world.
Scene one, Apple, take one.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Solve Network. These interviews are from our web series of the same name. Want to watch? Head over to YouTube and search for the Solve Network. If you have questions, you can reach out to me at shaneborza.com. On behalf of my co-founder, Benjamin Goss, we're glad you are a part of the network and hope you are finding solutions. If you need solutions, please reach out.